Hello, welcome to the Budget Modeler. I nearly said Model Sphere, is it? Well, welcome to the Budget Modeler, and this is my buddy build along with him there. Hello, John.
Hello, Steph. How are you, mate?
I'm fine. We are doing our Eduard Desert Babes GR1s. So, let's go on to John. Come on, then. How are you doing? It's been an absolute pig in age.
It has been a while.
Yeah. Oh, and if you've not subscribed yet, please subscribe because I'm only 2 away from 1,000. Woohoo!
Fantastic.
I thought I would never make. I just jumped on and thought, yeah, why not? I thought I'll be all right with 100, 200, nearly 1,000. What the hell? Right then, let's go full screen for John.
Sure.
There we go.
All right. And I'm going to change my camera to the overhead view. So this is what I'm up to. This is, yeah. So I've put pretty much most of the, well, 98% of the decals, decals, however you want to pronounce it, on. So all sorts of stuff all over it. It's looking very glossy at the moment. I hadn't used a gloss coat. The decals all went down pretty much. The only bit of carrier film that's really evident is these larger ones at the back there. But that's mainly the carrier film is gloss, whereas on these other ones, the Revell ones, it tends to be matte. These two are it's an extra decal set, or extra decal from Hannett. This is from a friend, so it's an older one. This is what remains. Basically, I've got a couple of little decals to go on the radome, the flashes on the tail, and a couple of the 617 Squadron sort of lightning bolts and everything else, and a tail code of Lima. And I'll be doing that in a moment. What else have I done? The GP 233s had been painted a few weeks ago, but I had a bit of a problem, which I'll talk about in a moment. I had to repaint one of them, but they're good to go. Also done the 2 external tanks, all the decals and that, most of which you can't see. 2 AIM-9 missiles, AIM-9L, I believe they are. They've all been decaled up and everything else, good to go. Got a BOS pod, again, covered in lots of decals there. The Sky Shadow, I believe that's called. It's good. Yeah. 2 of the rails go underneath it, again, covered in decals. And the pylons, I've got 2 here. They're the inboard ones, and the outboard ones are still in the box. I'll put you in it. But they're basically, they're all ready to be attached. So once the decals are sorted, I'll be getting on to fitting I'd want to do the undercarriage before I do the pylons on the wings. But that's pretty much me. So yeah, I'll talk about the problem I had once Steph takes us through his build and what he's up to.
Oh no, you go for it.
Oh, okay. So I had a problem a couple of weeks ago. I was painting a Mirage, a silver Mirage, with the AK Extreme Metal range, which is very good paints, by the way. Not endorsement. But you hear I've got a metal shaker ball in there, little paint mixing ball. I'd noticed at the bottom of one of these glass bottles looked like just a misprint when it was formed or whatever. If it was plastic, you'd think, oh, it was miscast. And think, oh, that's odd. Didn't think anything more of it. And then a couple of days later, just shaking this upside down to get the sediment off the bottom before I put it through the airbrush. And the mixing ball decided to not be contained anymore, and I still haven't found it. I think it's in the next suburb. But basically, the desk, everything was covered in silver lacquer, including, all over me, T-shirt, everything was covered, including this. So this was sitting against a wall, probably a good, I'd say it's 1.5 meters away from where I was shaking this thing. And this had a couple of big splotches of silver on it. It's hard to see, but I've had to repaint it. You see, there's it looks like crap 3/4 way out the wing there. I'm trying to get the glare on it. Yeah. You can see that point about there-ish. There, and on the opposite wing is pretty much close to where the roundels are. So fortunately, I hadn't put decals in place because they would have been obliterated. But there was a big blotch of silver covering most of each wingtip and splodges on the tail. In fact, I noticed today there's a little bit of silver just forward of that green little bump there, but that's hardly noticeable. But I had to repaint the outer wing. Not that big a deal. The only decals that were in place were the wing mark stencils, which are so thin you can't even really see them on screen there. But they're no longer on the outer wing, so that's not bad. It was a pretty good save actually, so that's still a viable thing. But I had backwards progress for a while and had to sort of clean that up. The other thing I had done, which took a bit of time, was these are the paint masks. I basically sorted them out and put them back on the sheets so they could be used a second time. Using basically each of the sheets would be color coded and numbered. And I just wrote numbers on them last time we did this. And by having these and keeping these, I was able to use the same mask over the wing and just go again. So it looks like, you really couldn't tell it was covered in silver paint. So that worked well. Happy with that. That's me. So I've been busy. It's taken a while to do the decals. I did count up how many are on each page. It's close to 150 odd decals.
Oh, yeah.
I'll get you a number shortly if you like.
Sorry?
I can count them up and then get an accurate number maybe during this show. We'll see how we go.
No, you're all right. Don't worry about it.
Okay. And how about you? What's your progress been like?
There are a lot of decals. Yeah, right. What have I been up to? Let's flip cameras and pop over to me. So, as you can see, one of the RHWR fins is white. I knocked the original off.
Oh.
So that needs painting red, touching up. There's a few touch-up places where the tape took, for some reason, this plastic is horrible. It doesn't take paint very well at all. The wheel wells are painted white, so is the intake. So I'm just going to let those dry and give them another coat. I'm using Vallejo's Silver Grey, which is a slightly off white, which is pretty good. So I'm using that at the moment. I'm just very gently taking down the edges of the nav's display screens so they will sit in there nicely. I've got to do my decals because I'm doing a different one. I've got all different decals I've got to cut out and do things with. I've also got done my 1500 drop tanks. These are all decaled up. There's both those done. Yeah, don't be a git. I have my steps, which will go on there, like so. You see that? The steps will go on there. ECM pod, BOS pod, engines which need finishing off, then gluing in. I've got my two Ackies. What they are, they're called their acquisitions rather than having the full winder on, because the reason for that is because I'm using Seablies, CBLS, Carry Bomb light stores. So that's
right.
Those. Yeah, so that's where I am. So I just need to get the nav stuff in and then I can crack on. So yeah. Oh, I nearly forgot. Oxygen trolley.
Oh, nice.
Yep, and I've got a hooching. So they will all be on the scene. Come on.
Very nice.
Let's put this lot away, because if I don't put them away, I'll end up losing the buggers, like I always do. Yep, so in there also is the panel, the lining panel, just there. So
Nice.
got white, it's got a bit of black to go on there and a bit of silver, and then that is done. There's my 3 pieces for doing it. So there'll be the doors. So they're just a bit of copper plating. I've cut out the size, then we'll roll them and stick them on. They'll probably be the last things to go on. And yeah, that's what I is up to and what I is doing. So I got a lot of catching up to do. And I've got to remember which pig and grey I used.
Yeah.
Marvellous. Yeah, I know which one it was. It was Tammy's RAF Grey and RAF Dark Green. So they're the 2 that I've got to use to touch that lot of bloody things up. Oh, nightmare. And to top it all, I had part of my shed fall down last night.
What? What happened there?
One of my shelves fell down.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes.
So, hang on.
Bastard.
This in your storage shed or in the shed you're in now?
Oh, no, where I am now.
Oh, no.
Can you see it on that camera? No. Just back there. That's why this is nice and tight and straight.
Oh, okay.
At least something good came out of it.
Yeah, well, what is it? Because you have too many kits in your stash, or?
No, because my shed has got a leak. And the shelf just went lovely, lovely, lovely water. Crack.
This is a bag I had all the decals sitting in the other day, and as you can see, it's still got silver paint splatter on it.
Oh, bless you.
It's everywhere. So, you know, that's paint I'd mixed up for a Qatari Spitfire. It's got silver paint on the bottle there. It's all over the marker sole, marker set. It literally went everywhere. So, you know.
Yeah.
I think I've got it off my skin now, but oh god, it was awful. It tasted terrible, and it stings like all hell when it gets in your eyes.
I bet
it luckily
does. Give me a second. I've got a couple of comments. Dave Skelly says, "Morning, modelers." Morning, Dave. Too many kits in your stash? Is that a thing? No, it's not.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's not. It's not. It's not. It's not. Right.
Looking at yours, Steph, I realise I've made an error.
Oh, why?
Well, I've painted my outer pylons grey and my inner ones green. They're reversed, aren't they?
Yep.
Oh, well. I won't redo them now because they've got decals on them. So, oh, look. There's a bit of silver paint on the nose of that pylon. Oh, dear.
You'll be finding that silver paint for years to come, mate.
Well, my hair used to be black. Okay. Dun, dun. Okay. A couple more decals. I was a bit worried about these extra decal ones because, yeah, as I say, these are the ones. Most of the ones I've used, fortunately, came in that one. So, although we're doing the Eduard release of this kit, this sheet had all the colourful stencils that I required. This is a 9 squadron jobby, but yeah, if worst case scenario, if these 617 decals don't work, I can revert to the 9 squadron ones, but we'll see how that goes.
Yep.
Right. went to the optometrist last week. I got glasses on the way now, but they're making a magnifying sort of set for me, to my prescription, so I don't have to wear optovisors so much, which would be great. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
Right. Getting into the festive season, I usually use a Christmas plate for decals, just because it's got a nice sort of edge to it and things don't get stuck in there. But Christmas is fast approaching, as you know.
So's my honeymoon.
Yes. Well done, you. Still married, I see.
Just. Don't know what she sees in me.
Right.
You got any plans for the weekend?
Oh, Bron advises me she's not working. She has Saturday and Sunday off for once. So we have no plans, but I think there's probably going to be a bit of just, work around the house, gardening, that sort of stuff. We'll see how that goes.
Nice bit of How's Your Father?
Well, we're still looking for a house to purchase, but, there might be a bit of shopping around on that. But, yeah, no real plans. It just should be, I think, she'd be happy enough that she gets a day off. Well, I'm doing this off camera. Oh, I need to for a moment. I need to hold it between my knees.
Well, you've managed to dodge that one.
Oh, sorry? What, did I miss something?
A bit of How's Your Father? I can hear the cogs working from here. Do you know what that means?
I guess. No, the cog that's going on is, what's recently happened in the last, say, half hour. My dad's back in hospital. So with you saying, how's your father? I'm sort of thinking,
crumbs. No, I didn't know. Sorry, mate.
No, it's all good. Yeah. But
How's your father is a bit of rumpy pumpy.
Oh, no, just... If someone's a bit, how's your father here? It's a bit average. So maybe it does mean the same thing for me. No, we're married. That doesn't happen anymore. There we are. So these are just I guess they're anti-static wicks on the radome. The white lines.
Yep.
Yeah. Will do. So I did a thing today. There was a local. I'll start at the beginning. Our government. It's the opposite of you guys. Obviously we've got Liberal and Labor here are the main parties, and it's a little bit different to yours. And I think there's a little bit of a swap in that. For instance, your private schools and our public schools are the same. So, I think, our public schools are the ones that are government run, but it's the opposite for you guys, isn't
it? Public schools are the ones you pay for.
Yeah. So no, for us, they're the private schools. So anyway, so they've done a big budget cut with looking after veterans and stuff like that. They're not actually telling people about it, but they're not doing much for veterans. And it's all smoke and mirrors, and they say that they are, but they are cutting everything. So what we had today was a soldier on breakfast. It was a walk followed by a breakfast in Maitland, which is probably 40 minutes away. So I went to that, and it was just wonderful. I missed the walk actually because I was, there was a bit of road work going on in the local area, and I guess I was just 10 minutes late. So I missed heading off for the walk, but stuck around, and Soldier On paid for breakfast. It was a shared event with Soldier On and Invictus. And we had a couple of people from Open Arms as well. So 3 organisations. But it's the first time this year, I think, that they've been able to raise any sort of funds for a get-together sort of thing. So it was only, it was up to $700, but there were 16 people for breakfast. That doesn't cost $700. But it's just really nice, just reconnecting with people and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
There's some solid, good people there as well. So I had a lovely morning and a lovely breakfast.
Good.
So I have a new contact now to get onto to ask about what I can do to hopefully get an equivalent of Models for Heroes. Certainly running in my local area, little steps. So that's wonderful. And she's happens to be the wife of my ex-warrant officer, Woe, at one of the Hornet squadrons. And he's just left, or in the process of leaving Air Force. He's going to work for Lockheed Martin.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and she's very nice. She's American. They met over there. She's now Australian.
Oh, bless her. Everybody's got their cross to bear.
Yeah, I know. It was funny because one of the waitresses was Canadian, so they're comparing notes, although Florida is very different from Canada, of course. But they were talking about missing Thanksgiving, which is odd because I didn't think Canada did Thanksgiving. Apparently they do.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, but as I say, it was just a really nice morning.
Good, that's what you need. Yeah, I've missed my last 2 breakfasts. Just down to funds and the times I'm getting paid. Well, I say getting paid, being given money by the government. Because they've told me I'm not allowed to work. So I'm like, okay. And then they went, here you go, have a load of money. Woohoo! But it does, Lise she's a bit jealous.
Yeah?
Yeah. But she's open and honest about it and says, yes, I am jealous. If I didn't have to work, I wouldn't. You're very, very lucky, which I know I am. And the fact that I've got an amazing partner and wife now who is quite willing to stand by me, I think is awesome. They're just brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. So I am chief cook and bottle washer. So I do all the cooking. I do all the shopping. We share things like the washing between us, but I don't wash up. That's not my job. That's between her and her child. They're the ones who share the washing up and things like that. So it's like, there you go. Where you go, kids. Fill your boots. I'm not doing anything with that. And yeah, they just crack on with that. And I do what I've got to do. And it's like, yeah, cool.
Now, I just need to double check a photo reference. The flashes and tail. They'll be just ahead of the rudder from memory. I just need to double check. All the tickets for the UK trip arrived to mail yesterday.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Oh, look, here's the thing, because I can. This is photos of the silver paint incident we were talking about earlier. So that's me, just having a whole lot of regret.
Yep, you can see that. It's written all over your face.
Oh yeah, and all over the t-shirt. Oh, literally everywhere. That's the modelling bench. The amount of silver there was just it was uncool. And that's the bottle. And the bottom half of it over on the yellow.
Nice.
It took 2 days to clean up. It was awful.
Is that all?
Well, yeah, because as I showed you earlier, I'm still missing bits and pieces. But generally, Brodden was saying, "Oh, your model bench is pretty clean." No, that'll be why. There we are. So easy. I'll do both of these at once.
If mine was that clean, Lisa would be like, "What you spilt?"
Well, I told you about the washing machine problem I had the other day, didn't I?
No. Well, you probably did, but I've probably forgotten.
Right. So, for all the viewers at home, what happened was when I go to Vitaworld and volunteer at the local air museum, I generally turn up with an Allen key in my top pocket because that's what I use to get into Hornet panels and stuff to show people. On occasion, depends who they are and what they're interested in. Anyway, forgot to take it out of my pocket. So when I washed the stuff, the Allen key was no longer in the shirt pocket in the washing machine. It punched a hole through the tub. And then seized the motor. It's a direct drive, sort of like, it's not a horizontal sort of washer. It's a vertical drums thing. Direct drive motor, speed control, and all that sort of stuff like that. So it punched a hole through the agitator, so he couldn't spin. Seized the motor, that came up with a fault code. But then, because being tool steel, it also wedged and punched through the bucket, the plastic bucket that the whole thing sits in, and all the water that was in the washing machine started emptying its way onto the floor of the laundry and then out the back door. So it was not a good day.
You don't do things by halves, do you?
Oh no, it was awful. God, and as we're literally emptying the water out of the machine with a like a 2-liter jug from the kitchen, and getting down low because it's all grey water and everything else, and full of clothes. And as we get closer, I've got a torch. In fact, this torch. What's that? He says. Oh, yes, it's an Allen key. And being tool steel, yeah, it's a lot stronger than anything else that's in the machine itself. So yeah, so the washing machine instead of it was like catastrophic failure of a turbine in an aircraft. Everything that was on the inside was suddenly on the outside.
Not what you need.
No. I've had a good week. Yeah. You know what? I managed to fix it though.
Ooh, get you. How?
Techo for life. So I'll just straighten up these details before I show you. But yeah, silicon sealant on the plastic tub. So once the Allen key was out of the agitator or the the bucket in the center, then it was free to turn again, no problems. There's no restriction of that. So it was fine. And then we got this stuff. Once that cured, we went to better reach it. It's over here. Oh, here it is. Oh, that was a very limited my headset. This stuff, Gorilla. It's literally underwater tape. It's like a wet, very, very thick. So it's got a clear backing on that. The grey stays there. Very, very thick duct tape. And you can use this in a pool underwater and it'll still glue and everything else. So a couple of bits of that on the plastic tub and it's actually worked.
Nice.
So it saved over $1,000 there. That's all right. But I nearly caused spending $1,000 or more. Well, a little bit more. So got away with it okay. So that's all right. And I sat there the next, after I fixed it, I had the back of the machine removed and just watching it go through its action and checking every couple of minutes and everything was fine. Like it was, totally dry. Okay, why is that looking? So I'm putting these flashes in line with the forward end of the rudder, but they're looking a little bit sort of leaning back a bit too far. So I just want to see if I can move them slightly and just make them parallel to the ground. Yes. Yeah, that's good. That works.
Cool.
Sweet.
It's time to do some touching up.
All right. So just to be safe, these are the lightning bolts that go on top of the fin for 617 squad. And just to be safe with these decals, because I had some concern whether that actually work. I've gone over them with this microscale liquid decal film.
All right.
Yeah, and I don't know if it was necessary or not because they're working. Now, it could be partly because of that, or either way, it was just a bit of an insurance policy, I think.
Yeah.
3, 2. Yeah.
I is off to London on Sunday.
What doing?
I am going to go to Solweg, Southeast London Wargaming
Oh,
show.
sounds all right.
Yeah, with Models for Heroes. So we've got a table.
Enjoying it.
Go, John.
I was going to say, I hope you enjoy that.
I should do. Got a table there. So if you're in the area of, oh, good Lord, I've forgotten the name. Lee Valley Athletic Stadium. Just pop on down, say hello.
So mainly gaming? Would you say, what sort of mix is it? Is it mainly sort of like Warhammer sort of stuff, or?
It's just wargaming.
Oh, so all sorts.
Yep.
Does sound great.
It's quite enjoyable.
Okay. I think I've made an error here. Because I have used that decal film, it seems to be the carrier film is now a lot larger than what it used to be. I didn't trim it enough when I trimmed it just now. So it's going down okay. It's just, a little bit more carrier film than I would have preferred. My God, that looks great already there. Because as I've said before, I love the 617 lightning bolt and all that stuff. Like, I just think it's a good looking thing.
You wouldn't have enjoyed working on it.
No, I'm sure.
You know why?
I've heard stories.
The best one is the fact that the ground crew weren't allowed to wear 617 squadron patches.
Yeah.
Which is bollocks. Sorry, that's unfair. Yeah.
Lightning bolt on top of the pin there.
Yeah, but hey, there you go. That's officers for you.
Yeah, no, I've heard stories from my good friend who was ex RAF, ex RAAF. He confirms the same stories. He called them 6-1 Spit Squadron because they got everything. Yeah.
The thing is, when I was in, UK squadrons didn't do red flag.
Right.
Do you know what red flag is?
Yes, of course we do that.
Cool. Yeah, I was going to say you don't do that as well. For those people who are watching who don't know what red flag is a competition that takes place every year at Nellis Air Force Base, just outside Las Vegas. And the RAF squadron that would go would be the Salmon Trophy winning team. Now, you could only go for the Salmon Trophy if you're a frontline squadron in Germany. And 617 were always based in the UK. And they would get grumpy as hell because they couldn't go. We're 617. You should be sending us. We're the best squadron. And the bosses were like, well, when you get to Germany and you take part in the Salmon Trophy, then you can prove it. But we want to go. Tough. You're not going. Oh, there'd be teddy bears flying all over the place.
See, my view on that is, yes, 617 has a proud history, but so does every other bomber squadron.
Yeah,
they all went through phenomenal losses and
yeah,
proud traditions and everything else. Oh, yeah. I only like them because I don't play favourites. I don't have to say, oh, I like sort of,
Yeah.
well, 27's footed more than 45 or whatnot.
Right, got a comment. Mr. Broadwith is in. He says, "Hey up, lads. How's that doing?" Hey, lad. Doing grand, thank you very much. How's thee? And he says, 617, the one-way squadron.
One way?
Yeah. Because of how many planes they lost.
Oh, no. Bit too soon, maybe.
No, never too soon. What colour are you using for the reverse thrust buckets?
That was, I believe,
Because they're slightly sort
of more goldy than that.
Yeah, a goldy colour. So what have you used?
I'm trying to remember. I think, what did I use? Might have been exhaust manifold. Let's have a look. It does look close. Yeah. Vallejo metal color.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think it's a bit of a mix. I mix a couple of them together. But it's mainly, I think, burnt on the exhaust there. Yeah. Ooh. It's a bit of a mix, really. Right. Yeah. I'm going to play it safe with these ones and cut up to the decal. Just get rid of any carrier film if I can.
Yeah.
Because, it's all a bit too. It's a little bit too glossy for my liking. It'll sort of, like with a matte coat, it should sort of calm down. But yeah, as I say, the only ones that are really showing much in the way of silvering are the extra decal ones. Extra decal. You say decal, yeah?
Decal, not decal. Decal's an Americanism. Like it's football, not soccer.
No, it's soccer. I'm good authority. Football is Aussie rules. Go Cats. Mind you, I do believe it's the only game. True football is what we call soccer because, you use your feet, whereas most codes use their hands as well.
Yep.
I get it. But I still won't let you win. Although you're doing better in international sports than we are lately.
I'm not going to mention the cricket.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a bit of a kick-in, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh. There we go.
And a couple of comments. Mark says, back from my holes, stayed near Leeming, went for a walk along a river, heard an engine, thinks that's not a Hawk engine, then whoosh, F-35 right over my head. Then another, and another, 6 in total. Not bad considering first time I've seen it in the flesh.
They're loud bastards.
Just a bit.
I used to work on a Mark. I can't say I'm a fan of them myself, but, you know, at least I got close enough to, well, touch them and stuff, but I just don't like them. Oh, no, that's split. Tweezers. There we are. Oh, I had the wooden ship out earlier, so I've put on the last 2 bits of rope.
Oh, cool. Let's have a look.
In the middle of decaling at the moment, so just give me a moment.
No, now I want to see.
Again.
I'm joking. Do what you're doing.
Yeah, no, this is just an L that goes above the rudder. It's broken into 3. It's a bit of a problem, but not that much of a problem. Because you wouldn't notice if it was gone, so I need to just straighten this one up. The other one's in the water, so I don't have too long. Oh no, that's not working. This is a point where some modelers just throw it against a wall, maybe. Oh, this one is breaking up. Oh my god. Shattered. Take this one out of the water. I don't think I better line this one up. No. 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 pieces so far.
For 1 letter.
For, yeah, 1 letter. Yeah. Just L. Cripes. Well, I'll try leaving it there for now. If I can't retouch it with a paintbrush, it'll just be scraped away. Maybe I shouldn't use microset on this one. Maybe that's half the problem.
Right, while you're doing that, I will show you what I did yesterday. Well, what I did on Monday.
Please. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I'm eyes down predominantly at the moment.
There you go.
Oh, that colour looks so good. Did you say it's a candy apple?
Yep. There you go.
Oh, yeah.
I'm really chuffed with how well it's come out.
Oh, yeah, it should be. Looks wonderful. How old are you saying?
Yes, that was a grey primer, followed by Tamiya's X1 gloss black, then knocked back with a bit of 1000 grit sandpaper, then another coat, then Alkalide's chrome, and then the Candy Ruby Red Enamel. And the next one will be Candy Cobalt Blue.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I'm quite chuffed with it.
No,
It's come
well
out
done.
really nicely. Right, time for a drink. Give me a second, I'll be back in a mo.
Sure. Oh, excuse me. All right. Well, that L there broke into 3 pieces. 4, actually. Mainly okay. A bit hard to see. But yeah, this one is literally it's about 12, 13 pieces there. It's out of focus, but it's sort of straight. I'll be able to touch it up later, I hope. But it's not so bad. Now, the last 2 really are these, the main ones under the pilot. Make sure I get the alignment right. I think. Dun, dun. Right. No, I'm just getting. I got a bad feeling about this. Dun, 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 dun. Ah. So I just remembered a significant date. I'll tell Steph when he comes back, so I'll just withhold it for a moment. Okay. Come on. Yeah. Like that. So me and the twin brother are heading over to, amongst other things, Telford this year. So we're flying over on the 4th of November. But because I don't like the Middle East, because I've spent too long there with the Air Force and stuff like that, I've decided we'll go via Singapore. So now we have a choice of flying over either Ukraine or Israel. So well done, me. Should be right, though. MH17 all over again. So oddly enough, the only two decals I had problems with were those the lemurs on top of the fin there. Everything else has gone down okay.
Sorry about that, John. That's typical. I stand up, my body goes, whee!
All right.
That wasn't intelligent. I just smacked my knee. Oh.
Well, while you're having a wee, gee, it must be bigger than I thought.
Pond Built Modelling. Evening, guys. Just dropping in to say hello. Hello!
G'day, g'day.
How are you?
Thanks for dropping in. There we go. So, yeah, 617 little flashes on the nose there. So, as I was saying, Steph, all the decals worked except for the two lemurs on the tail, but I think I've got away with it okay. Looking, it's great looking plane, great looking, anything that's not grey, I quite like. All right.
Suppose I should really start doing some deckling.
Oh,
not that I really want to, because I hate it.
All right, so we're talking about mentioned the ship. I'll show you what I'm up to on there.
1 second. There you go. All yours.
There you go. Thank you. So I've been building in the last couple of years a Caldercraft HM Briggs supply. So this is the first fleet and stuff, and it's just about done. As you can see, it looks pretty much complete now because it sort of is. So I want to put an extra rope there because that driver gaff there, it just sits a bit too high and the rope looks a bit too loose. So I'd like a bit more tension on it. So I'll drop an extra line down there and call it a flag hoist or something or other. And today I was out doing the spritzel yard, which is the one at the very front on the bow sprit there. So it's virtually complete. The only thing that needs to be done is these anchors need to be lashed where they go. So basically onto the cat head there and just horizontally along there. But that's about it. There's a couple of just little detail things to clean up. But there we go. It's looking ship shape, I should say. So hey, it doesn't wobble when I move it now. It's all sort of lashed in. But of course, these aren't, unlike a plastic model kit, everything's just held together by ropes. So everything is still quite movable as it would be on the actual ship. But it's all the tension of the ropes just keeps everything sort of generally straight. You see, it's sort of straight. I'm trying to get the camera on. The slight angles, I think, in some of them, but you can just move them, so it doesn't really matter. But how's that? Looking all right, eh?
Yep, that is looking really snazzy, mate.
And then, of course, I need to put it on. I'll get, I think, 2 brass pillars, put it onto a base. The first thing I did with it was put 2 drills into 2 holes into the false keel and put some nuts above them. So I think there's 732 brass nuts. And I've got some long screws here, or I can get some old thread or whatever, so that hopefully will expedite mounting it on a base. But it's been an absolute pleasure to build that boat. I love it. It's a great kit. British company. Really, really good quality.
Excellent.
First ship I've built that the plans are in English. That's a bonus.
That's always a good thing.
So I've been looking at, what will I do next? Because I've got a Victory here, but I'm looking at other ones that's going, oh, I'll do that. There's a one I would really want to do, doesn't exist yet. So Caldercraft, the mob who built this one, for the last 20 years been talking about, we're going to bring out the HMS Surprise, which is the one from the Aubrey Maturin series of Master and Commander and books. So this is a box of the one that I've just done. And you can sort of see it does look a lot like that. So that's okay. I've heard people say they didn't want to build this one because the box is pink. Well, my view is, well, get over it, because you're not going to keep the box, are you? Just build the kit. It's a beautiful kit. He said, throwing that aside. But no, the Victory will happen next. Won't happen straight away. I think I want to wait till we get in a permanent house, so I don't have to move around again.
Yeah.
Right. Now, eyes down for a full house. Here we are. Back to this. So I think the pylons. You'd have a name for the pylons. You don't call them shoulder pylons, do you? The ones under the fuselage?
They're shoulder pylons. Okay.
Yeah. Right. Well, I think I'll just put them on now. I've been thinking about getting some nickel silver strips and what's going on there? Oh, that one's backwards. I lost. I didn't. I must have cut it off or something or other. This had one pin on the front and two at the back. And for some reason, I must have trimmed one off by accident or whatever. So one of these is missing one of the ones at the back. So I'll just copy the other one, and there we go. That'll be all right. And once they're in place, of course, these JP233 pods, because these are resin, I'm thinking about getting some nickel silver or something, drilling into the pylon and whacking it on so it doesn't break off.
Yeah.
That's probably the way to go. I just don't have it in. I do have some, but it's probably too thick. And I may or may not have snapped all my PCB smaller drills as well. That one's too small, but no, I've broken, what was that? All the other sizes. Went 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 1 mil. Well. It's on the shopping list, things to get in Telford. I can buy them locally, but I'll just do that, I think. Because the only things I want to get over there are obviously things that I can't particularly get here. Because we can get most things here, but, most things aren't as readily available as they are in the UK. Like the Avro Anson by Epix, I've only seen one boxing of it in the last year. Bloody good looking plane, this one.
The Mighty Finn.
I know, a couple of people have said they really hate it because the fin's too large. Well, there's not many aircraft that look proportionally correct from every angle. But even the Hercules, I'll say, it's not a perfect looking plane, but still very good. Oh, so here's the thing. One of the things I've decided not to do here, in the Eduard instructions, what they talk about is obviously got a big sheet of photo etch accoutrements, and some of them go on the stores in that you've got the fuel caps that go on the two different size jugs, and you've got launch rails that go on underneath. I'm trying to see where they are. Oh, here. in between the Shrike and it's not a Shrike.
Yeah.
What's that? Is it a Shrike? What is that?
Not
Whatever.
sure.
Alarm.
Oh yeah, air launched anti-radar missile.
Yeah, alarm. So yeah, you've got Photo Etch as a launch rail, and they're still here because I figure if I put them on the rails, they're going to be totally covered up by the stores, and the stores then aren't going to glue that well. But I don't know. I'm in two minds about whether to do it or not. There's not much that remains here. I'm trying to remember what they are. Yeah, you got 4 launch rails. These larger bits here are the air brakes. I had mine closed. Yeah, whole heap of fuel caps there, and yeah, I remember those bits. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, so yeah, these go under the the shoulder pylons. So yeah, it's pretty much where the hooks are for the stores. Yeah, so if I put them on, they're going to be totally covered up by the rack. The store anyway. So I just don't think I'll bother. Yeah, they'd only look decent if you don't put stores on it, but then, yeah, make your choice, I guess. Okay, I'm going to duck away and get myself a drink. I'll be back in a moment.
Okie dokie, matey.
Be long.
Oh, so what's everybody working on at the moment? Let us know what you've got on, what you're doing, what's going on.
And I'm back.
Woohoo!
Okay. There we go. Cheers, everyone. I can have a drink because I can. Because it's 10:10 at night here, and glass of wine time.
Why the hell not?
All right. So moving swiftly along, what I should do really? No, I'll wait till we're off camera. I'll give that a matte coat all over just to seal in the decals. But I'll have a go at fixing that L a little bit later on. So I'm going to move on to the undercarriage, I believe. Why not? Let's give that a crack. Ooh. That's a little bit bad. Just do a quick tally of how many decals there are in this kit for the scheme I've chosen. Wow. 223.
Huh.
For a 72nd scale aircraft kit, that's a lot of little stickers. Oh yeah, I mean, everyone I put on are sort of color-coded with a highlighter here, so yeah, they're all on. And I've got to admit, you can't see most of them, you know. But they're there. Right. Many, many moons ago, I painted, well, I did everything white at the same time, so I wanted to pre-paint the wheel wells. While I did that, I did the landing gear struts and wheels and all that stuff anyway. And so long ago, months ago, they went in this bag. That's the first time they're coming out. So again, you can't tell, but these are the resin wheels that Eduard put in as extras in this kit. They're very nice, but admittedly, you can't see much more detail than what would be in the plastic anyway. But, you know, as we know, Eduard only sell plastic kits in order to sell more of their upgrade stuff to go with them.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll keep buying them because I think they're a great company. You can do a lot worse.
Oh yeah, Eduard are brilliant. Love them to bits.
They have great customer service too. I've had to engage with them twice. Hmm.
There you go. First lot of decals down.
Oh, good on you. You had more luck with your letter.
Yeah, they're going to need knocking back with a bit of sandpaper.
Wow.
And now the second side.
Where did that go? Okay, I put the nose strut in place. It doesn't fit too well. Moved it. It rolled that way, and do you think I can find it? It's in front of me. Where is it? What the? Ah, there it is. Find my little sneaky bottle of stuff. Okay, so I cut off the scissor link and replace it with photo etch. I could do that. 23. Mm-hmm. We can have this folds. Which is the outside face. Okay. Yeah. So all Australians have to go out and vote tomorrow.
What is it?
A referendum of changing our constitution.
Oh, aye. To
include the Indigenous Australians saying they were here first, which is perfectly fine because let's face it, they were.
Yeah.
But more than that, the main gist of it is what they call a voice to Parliament. So some of them, it depends who you talk to, they would like an alternate Parliament that only they can be members of, and all that sort of stuff like that. It's a bit like Republican movement in Australia. Like, they all want the same thing, Australia to become a republic, but they can't decide between themselves what form that republic should take. And that's the only thing holding them back, I believe. It's a bit like that. Like, some of them are militant, dangerous people on both sides of the argument. For the
you mean like the SNP?
No. Possibly. I don't know.
Yeah, like the SNP in this country. Well, in Scotland, the Scottish National Party.
Yeah.
The Poison Dwarf.
That's their premier, is it?
No comment.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So in a way, it's good. It's up to everyone how they're going to vote. I'm not going to tell you which way I'm going to vote. I think I've pondered on it a lot because I think it's an important question.
Mm-hmm.
But,
of course it is.
The trouble is, I think, there's some people that want to burn Parliament House down from the inside, and I don't think that's a good move. Because the last referendum in Australia was, should we become a republic? And resoundingly, it was a no.
It's that lot, is it? I want my way and you will have my way, and I will browbeat you until you understand that you have to do it my way.
Oh, you've met these people?
Oh, yeah, we had them over here. We've still got them over here.
Okay. I've lost my sizzlings.
Yeah, those who lost the Remain vote.
Ah, yes. Yeah.
Yeah, that lot. We had a vote, they lost, accept it, move on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but there's been so much name calling and bitching and whining and moaning rather than concentrating on, okay, that's the vote, that's how it's gone, we have to accept it. They won't move on. They can't move on because it's not what they want. Yeah, you've got to have what I want. No, we had a democratic vote. You lost. Suck it up and deal with it.
Yeah.
If it had been the other way around, you wouldn't hear all the bitching.
Well, one of our so there's 17. I'd say, well, they would say Indigenous people in Australian Parliament. So you could argue that they do have representation at the moment. One of them, she's resoundingly the no vote. In fact, she's sort of leading it, and she's been getting death threats for people that are saying you're betraying your people and all that sort of stuff, which is sort of weird because the loudest Aboriginal member of Parliament has abstained from the vote.
Wow.
Well, she just basically said, like, I don't agree with it. I want basically sovereignty. I want the Aboriginal people to have their country back, and I want compensation and everything else. So she's literally withdrawn her vote from either the yes or the no, and she's abstaining. So it's a one chance to make a difference for people, and she's refusing to.
Oh, that's silly.
Oh, it's pathetic. Because the whole thing started off with our Prime Minister saying, this is above politics. This is all about human, the human factor, not a political question. But everything everybody's said since is that if you're Labor, you're yes, and if you're Liberal, you're no. And it's just pathetic. So I just want it all to go away. Okay, I've literally lost my scissor link, so I'm going to continue on and do something else. I'll look for them later.
Anyway, we're getting political. Stop.
Yep, that's why I'm stopping. Okay. But yeah, get out there, vote early, vote often. All right. Still not sure how this is going to go exactly. No, that's not clear at all. Can we go back to the Revell instructions? That's exactly the same diagram.
Yeah. I was about to ask you if you're doing anything this afternoon, but it's not afternoon there, is it? It's evening.
It is evening. That'll be a no. What about you?
I'm going to sit and watch telly and work on Voyager.
Oh, okay. How's that going? Have you started?
It started.
Yeah, that works. Trying to remember. It's what brand kit is it? A Revell one or something else?
It's Revell. Can you see that?
Oh, sorry, I'm not looking at the screen. What are you putting in?
That bit there?
Yeah.
I'm having to cut out.
Oh, yeah.
So this is ZA446. So I've got ZA4 and I've got 46 there from different kit numbers.
Oh, okay.
So there's the rear ones. The ones that go underneath, one goes underneath the APU exhaust around that area, and the other one goes on the same side. So there's two, ZA446, ZA446. And then I've got to do these ones.
Come on. Yeah. So just putting these main gear struts together. But one fits rather well, and the alignment looks pretty good and everything else. I'm having trouble getting the other one to look anything like the other side.
Yeah.
You know, just putting it on the bench and trying to get the alignment right, and I'm so far off.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there we go, that one.
Oh, yeah. It does work. So they're under the horizontal stabs, yes?
They go under the tail, yeah. There we go.
All right. Using a flexible black Flexi CA for all this. I don't care if it's looking, terrible on white. I'm just going to repaint it if I need to anyway.
Yeah.
See how it all goes. Come on.
Oh, my eyes are going.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, I'm going to knock on the head there. My eyes are starting to go.
Fair enough.
Right, what have you got done, Mr. Marley?
Well, I finished all the decals you saw earlier. I am now proceeding with the undercarriage and getting them in. And I can't say I'm having fun. It's just not lining up. And let's see, let's dry fit the other one, see how that goes. Wow, that didn't work at all. So, no, I'm going to have a bit of a struggle with the undercarriage, it seems. But I've got to find my scissor link, and then I'll carry on with that.
Yeah.
So it looks virtually the same as when we walked in, but it's got a flash on the tail and a flash under the cockpit there, and it's looking very tornado-like. Yeah.
Very squadron-y.
Very squadron-y.
Cool. Thank you, John. Me, I've got... Problem is it's glossy. So I've got those two done. I've got the two on the other side done. And I've got Rescue and Ratong. Because they had English and German.
Yeah, right.
A few signs. So, and the good old McRoberts reply.
And what the last one, sorry?
McRoberts reply. Every aircraft on 15 Squadron that was designated as Foxtrot had the McRoberts crest painted on it. Lady McRobert bought a Sterling in the Second World War for 15 Squadron because she lost, was it one or two of her sons who were on the squadron?
Right.
So, yeah. So that's the one I'm doing.
Great. Good bit of history there. Thank you.
There we go. Right then. Look, I've sunk again. Bloody sea. Always sinking. I need to get some, need to get another piston for this bloody thing. So, thank you very much for joining me, John. Hopefully, Tuesday next week, because everything's done in the back garden now, so I've got nothing to distract me.
Great.
Whoop, whoop. So, if you'd like to say your batty tie.
Hooroo, everyone. Thanks for joining in. Thanks for watching later on, because, every like counts. Vote early, vote often. Yes or no, I don't care. Just as long as you don't have to keep talking about it afterwards.
Yep. Just remember, folks, Please like, share video. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. I only need 2 more subscriptions to get over 1,000. So take care, stay safe, keep modelling, and we will see you next week. Bye.